Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim, preaching this word with truth and sincerity around the four corners. Peace and salutations to the Akim and the Aqua, the true believers of the hopeful elect. And the peace and salutations to the Israelite foreigners. Like Elder Malcolm would be saying, the Israelites that live amongst the heathen, that look like the heathen. You know, the speckled bird. So just coming back in the spirit and theme of prophecy. I was watching a couple videos earlier in the morning, and I was watching one video from the elder brother Nazar Akkad, GMS Precepts. That's his YouTube handle. That's his YouTube channel, rather. GMS Precepts. So you should subscribe and be edified. And I got a couple of news articles dealing with Esau from watching the video. Got a couple of news articles dealing with Esau and how basically, I believe it's Bill Gates is going off on Elon Musk. So I just wanted to react on it, hit a couple of precepts, filter it through the scriptures, and Lord's willing, this will be edifying and exhorting. This just proves that we almost out of here, y'all. We got Esau blacking on. You got the elite of Esau blacking on the elite of Esau. This king. Their kingdom is coming to an end when the wealthy of Esau is going against the wealthy of Esau in the public. Because from what I understand, they've always done it. Like how they say all wars are bankers' wars. So they've always gone to war with each other, but they're doing it in the public, letting the public see. Anyway, let's get to the articles. Alright, this is from Mediaite. This is one of the first articles I got. And it says, Bill Gates goes nuclear on Elon Musk, the world's richest man, killing the world's poorest children. and look at this. You got Bill Gates saying this. The one the man who's breeding what's it called, mosquitoes. Mosquitoes in his laboratories, trying to pass the different viruses off on the people through breeding mosquitoes. Not to mention, he bought up all of the farmland. From what I understand, he owns the most. I could be wrong, but I believe he owns the most farmland in all the world. Trying to make that lab-grown meat, that mystery meat, And he's talking. And he got the nerve to talk. But anyway, let's read into the article. It says Microsoft founder Bill Gates didn't mince words in his evaluation of Elon Musk's role in government, fuming that the world's richest man was killing the world's poorest children. And to be honest, that's the nature of Esau. Esau does that. Esau will point out somebody is doing the same thing that he's doing. You know? It's a damn shame. Anyway, let's continue. So speaking with the Financial Times, Gates expressed his disgust with Musk's role in shuttering the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID. It says, the picture of the world's richest man killing the world's poorest children is not a pretty one, said Gates, who told the Times that he'd love for him to go in and meet the children that have now been infected with HIV because he cut American aid that had been going to a hospital in Mozambique. And to be honest, this is just more theatrics from Esau. Esau don't give a damn about them children in Mozambique. He just cares about getting his influence off to the people. You know? He only cares about how did them children get infected with HIV in the first place? Because most likely dealing with Esau. You gotta understand, Esau and his seed line, they're a virus. They're not just a race of people. That was in a movie. I forgot what movie it was in, but I seen a clip of it recently. So Esau is not a race of people. He said that they're a virus. You know? Esau is the cancer of the earth. That's why you gotta that's why you gotta watch anytime you're around them. You gotta watch, because like it tells you in the Apocrypha, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You know, and be careful of him if he come crouching. You know, like try to come humbly. Because he's just trying to find a way to overmind you and overtake your authority or whatever position that you have. Alright, let's read a little bit more. It says Gates' comments came concurrently with an announcement that his own charitable endeavor, the Gates Foundation, would spend an estimated $200 billion over the next 20 years before closing its doors in 2045. And that's the arrogancy and pride of Esau. He thinks that he's going to last till 2045. With the way that America's economy is crumbling, we don't have until 2045. That's 20 years from now. You know, like Apostle Tahar was saying, he'd be surprised, or the elder priest, the elder bro, Amawan Gabar, he had an epistle last night. You know, he doesn't think that we have that that we got until Trump's time in office. Let's just say that, you know. And I agree, because there's no way in hell you could cut all of this funding, all of this spending, cut all of these cut all of this money that you've been giving the people, and then turn around and still have the state functioning. Not to mention that these countries are ditching the dollar, and they're having and we're in the midst of trade wars. You see. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that China's stopped sending shipment containers to America. I believe they said the last one is May 11th. That's a couple days from. I believe that's tomorrow. So shelves is going to be empty by summertime, or even before summertime, you know. So I don't think we have until then. You know, time is steadily moving. The day of the Lord is coming quicker and quicker by the day. But anyway, let me get a couple of precepts. And Lord's will, if I remember, I'll leave the link to these articles in the description box. First, let's get this. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. And it reads, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names." Yeah, this is what Esau does. You know, that's his inward thought. That's his thought. You know, like it tells you in Psalms, the 10th chapter, that the Most High is not in all his thoughts. He doesn't think about the Most High and the Heavenly Father's will. He only thinks about what he wants to do, and he only thinks about him. You know, he only thinks about him. Basically succeeding. That's what he thinks about. You know? Get another precept. Hold on, let me cross the street. It's busy in the morning. I believe you got people on the corners selling flowers and little knickknacks and whatnot. I guess for that demonic Mother's Day holiday season bullshit. But you know, we are not to celebrate that. Oh yeah, definitely got to get this. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 verse 2, and it says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." And that's what you're seeing. The Heavenly Father has mingled that perverse spirit in the midst thereof. got these Edomites fighting each other, and it's a beautiful thing, you know. Matter of fact, I got another article I want to skim through. Alright, I believe, yeah. This article says, Bill Gates threatens Africa's food supply with 100,000 vaccinated chickens. You see? So Esau got the nerve so Bill Gates got the nerve to talk about Elon Musk when look at what he's doing. He's talking about cutting the funding to a hospital in Mozambique, and you're sitting here giving ham and vaccinated chickens. You know, like, just the damn devil. You know? If I remember, I will leave the article in the description box. Let me get a couple more precepts. I'm gonna go to the book of Job. This is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 12. It says, He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Yeah, just like Esau is going to continue to destroy the earth and the people therein until the Most High intervenes and sends His Son Yahushai to destroy this man. You know? It's the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4. It says, Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds. Now you can clearly see this is talking about Esau. You know, because his head is in the clouds. He think he can't be stopped. It says, Yet shall he perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, Where is he? You see, this is going to be his end result. And we can't wait. It says, He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. And this is going to be the end result of all Edomites, especially those wicked elite. You know, they're going to fall violently. They're going to be taken out of their rulership position very violently, and we can't wait for the Heavenly Father to commence his will, you know. But it starts with the prophets chanting down his wicked demeanor. You know, it starts with that. And if you've been paying attention to current events, you can see that the Heavenly Father is making good on His word, and He's bringing this devil out of power. Matter of fact, let me get another quick precept. Do I have? Before I get that precept, let me read this. Alright, this is, I checked this in the AI overview because when I was watching the brother Nazar Cud's video, I also seen this. I also seen this in the what's that? I also seen this in the AI in the video. It says Bill Gates in the AI overview. It says Bill Gates has pledged to donate virtually all of his remaining fortune, estimated at around $200 billion, to the Gates Foundation. The foundation, which he and Melinda French Gates co-founded, will then close its doors on December 31st, 2045, marking the end of its operations after 20 years. The accelerated giving plan aims to spend the remaining resources more efficiently and to address global challenges like disease eradication and poverty reduction. You see, so he thinks that his going to continue. He thinks his empire is going to continue. But he's sadly mistaken. The Most High is going to throw a monkey wrench in his devil's plans. You see? So, Lord's will, you was edified. Till next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect.